I, God, made man, appointing mortal man to possess, to speak well, to rule, and to be diligent. Man threw away my power and rest. Named deliverer, my own grew up, passing through to divide. My son, the branch, thirsting for and awaiting his exalted Father's laughter. He superseded by speaking well. He breached the walls of deception. My prince's royal family is to know the future, to be clothed with quickness to serve, richly beloved, given the gift of God, a reward given to be raised up. I, Jehovah, gave it graciously. Increase my praise to be heard. Unite with the gift of God. It exalts you. It helps forgive. Watch, measure to see the adorning of my kings with my light. Ask me to disperse confusion in the mind. Speak well of me to increase. Hear the gift of God. It wipes away. Its light brings comfort, bearing burdens. The gift of God increases you. Flourish, my kings. Unite with your gift of God. Rise up. Increase.
I'm sitting at my computer, researching words in the Bible. The book is Luke. In chapter 3, I'm looking at the translations of the English from the Greek when I arrive at verse 23, which reads, "And Jesus himself began to be about 30 years of age, being, as was supposed or thought to be, the son of Joseph, which was the son of Heli." Following this verse is an apparent genealogy for Joseph. I sit a few moments staring at verse 23 as something is bothering me. I think to myself, why is there a genealogy for a stepfather in the telling of Jesus' story? I look at the genealogy closer. Between each name in the English genealogy appears the words, "which was the son of." So I look this phrase up in the Greek, several versions, and find that the words "which was the son of" do not appear in any Greek manuscripts. I sit back in my chair, stunned, staring at the names. With that phrase removed, the names are nothing more than a list. They are translated as a genealogy for Joseph in the English, but then are placed in Luke as a list with no words connecting them. I went and looked at Matthew's genealogy for Jesus, and it has a connecting word, geneo, meaning to procreate or to beget. It's a legitimate genealogy. Not so in Luke. So I sit there staring at the list of names, and I have a thought. Why is there just a list of names sitting here in Luke? Not even a second goes by and an answer comes into my mind. Each name means something. I bolted straight up in my chair. All the words I had studied over the years concerning God's various names and their meanings, and how God named people and told them that their names meant something, came back to me. So I opened up Microsoft Word and I made a table. I placed all the names in the first column, starting at the top with Joseph and going all the way down to Adam and then to God. Starting with Joseph, I look up the names' meaning from several references, concordances, and websites, etc. The names' meanings vary somewhat from reference to reference, but after comparing amongst them, I look for the essence that is common from reference to reference and render that meaning in the last column. Then, after several hours of researching each name, there are 76 in all, I am left with a list of words running down the right-hand column, and I see nothing special. I sit back and stare at the table of names and words. Soon the thought enters my mind that I just wasted a whole lot of time. Then another answer comes. God belongs in the beginning. Again I bolted upright, excited. I scrolled down to the bottom of the page, and starting with my eyes at the name God, I read upwards, and a hidden message appears. This then is the message from God, written over thousands of years through inspiring his people to name their sons in such a way consecutively that when the message was found in 2005, it is in perfect English sentence structure, in a language that was yet to exist when this list of names was written and compiled. God is speaking one more time to mankind by his word, because the world cannot hear him, because they do not all have the gift of God in them. Confess with your mouth the Lord Jesus Christ and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, and you shall be saved. That is the promise. Now hear it.